let's move on to one more topic, y'all. Most attractive head coach openings. So I believe there is 9, if I'm not mistaken, head coach openings in the league as of right now today. And we're gonna tell y'all what's the most attractive head coach opening, as in what team is the most attractive team to go to. Rell, let us know, what team do you think is the most attractive team for a head coach to go to?
Yes, sir. I said it all year. I'm going with the team with the best roster. The team where a coach and a GM go in automatically and just know exactly what to do. Um, a head coaching job that goes to the Ravens, you know exactly what you have. You got to re-sign Lamar Jackson this year. His contract's messed up for the last 2 years of his deal. You got to fix that up so you could free up some more money for some more free agents. I feel like your biggest threat in your division just left. Mike Tomlin,
That's
Jay
nice.
Bess, and Jerrick will tell you that division is wide open. The Steelers probably won't be too competitive like they were the past 19 years. So, hey, I, if we can stop the Bengals, we can slow down the Bengals. Uh, a coach should come in here and take this team and do the things that John Harbaugh couldn't do. I feel like you have a really good defense. Everybody on your team's coming back for the most part, besides Marlon Humphrey. I feel like you could retain everybody else besides Marlon Humphrey. And you look at Marlon Humphrey, that was the worst player on your defense. You look at the offensive side of the ball. You gotta fix up that right guard position. You have to fix up that right guard position. And I feel like those are very easy fixes that you can make. A big problem the Ravens had last year was health. They weren't there the whole year. You're gonna be getting your best player back, your second best defensive player in Nagam back on the defensive line. So that's really really big. And hey, you're coming back to a division who the division winner was 9-8. I feel like this is the head coach
10 and
coming
7.
here.
10 and 7. Put some respect
Oh
on our name.
shoot, hey,
Put
hey,
some,
my bad.
put
No
some respect on
disrespect,
our
but hey,
name.
my bad. 10-7, 10-7. This is all I'm saying. 10-7 is not that hard to come in and beat. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you got this. Like a head coach coming into the office, walking into the Baltimore Ravens office should have his eyes open like this. Like it should be a lot of green checks over there. So I feel like the Baltimore Ravens, a great organization. You got big shoes to fill, but I feel like it'll be the easiest to fill.
Facts. Jared.
So I was gonna say the Atlanta Falcons, but I changed my mind because when you look at their cap situation, it's risky. We know they still have improvements to make. Although they were a really good team in situations last year, and then a really bad team in situations, there's still some holes in that roster,
Yeah, no
and you
first
don't
round
have
pick.
the money and you don't have a first round pick, and you don't have the money the contract of because the contract of Kirk Cousins, first of all, guys like Jesse Bates, older guys that don't hold as much value to your team. So I was gonna say that, but I'm gonna go with Tennessee Titans, honestly. And y'all are gonna be like, why the Tennessee Titans? Because this is probably, besides the Raiders, this is the team with the least amount of pressure for their new head coach. You don't hear about the Titans being in the headlines like that. You have your starting quarterback in Camp Ward. Like, we saw struggles here and there, but he got better in the second half of the season. He looked good, and on top of that, he had no type of weapons, no weapons at all, none whatsoever. And that's actually a shame, because why would you get a rookie quarterback and not get him some weapons? Like, I feel like that was foul on the organization's part, and best believe their head coach is gone. So you come in, you get to work with Cam Ward, especially if you're an offensive minded guy. You get to come in and work with Cam Ward, get him on track. Like I said, he's going to be your future guy. Like, this is the guy of your team. You found you a quarterback, and that's what's really important when you talk about these bad teams that are looking to rebuild. When you find your quarterback, that's big. This is a team that, looking at it, they have great cap space. I want to say they're top 5 in cap. So that means you get to go and target players. And I understand you being in Tennessee, smaller market team, not a lot of, you can't target a lot of free agents. I don't need the highest free agents. I just need little pieces here and there that can start putting together a team, start to compete. Because mind you, you still have good draft picks because you're one of the worst teams in the league. So you first round, second round, third round, you're gonna have high draft picks. And as long as you nail the draft and then you go and sign some good players, not next year, not the year after that, but we're looking 3-4 years, you can be at the top of that AFC South. As long as whoever they bring in the head coach that wants to take that job, as long as them in the front office have an understanding of, hey, it's not going to look pretty early. It's not going. This isn't going to be an overnight success. This is something that's going to take time, and if we build it, we can build it the right way. When you look at a team like the Houston Texans, in a couple of years, that defense might not be the same because you have guys who are going to get contracts and guys that I don't think they'll have the money for that. I honestly don't. If they some for some reason pay CJ Stroud the contract that we've seen other quarterbacks not as talented as CJ Stroud get, then that's going to put them at a deficit when it comes to trying to pay all these defensive players. And so the Texans won't be as good. We'll know what the Colts are going to do in a couple of years. They might be good. The Jaguars, they're a nice young team. But in 3 to 4 years, you can be competitive within your division. So I think that as long as they make the right moves, this OC comes in, works with Cam Ward to get Cam Ward the pieces around him, build up a defense. I mean, I feel like if I'm a head coach, and as long as me and the organization can come to understanding that, hey, it's not going to be pretty early, I would go to Tennessee, and I would want to build something there, and hopefully, get back into the playoffs where Tennessee was, get them back to where Mike Vrabel had them. So I like this Tennessee job opening.
All right, so we got Baltimore, we got Tennessee. I'm gonna go with the Giants. Okay, I think the Giants are the most attractive head coach opening. For one, they have their 2 staple players. When I say 2 staple players, dating back to whenever I started this podcast, I've been saying that the 2 most important positions on a team to me is quarterback and edge rusher. Because we live in a league where quarterbacks matter. We just talked about how the Bears got Caleb Williams and everything has changed. Look at the Patriots. They got Drake May, everything has changed. Look at the Commanders. They got Jaden Daniels, everything has changed. You have Jackson Dart. I like what I saw this year. And most of what we saw this year was him without his number 1 running back and without his number 1 receiver. Without Malik Neighbors, without Cam Scatterbo, he looked good this year. I don't care what nobody says. The only problem is his concussions, right? Because he keep running, don't know how to slide. Like, just fix that. You'll be just fine. All right, so you have your quarterback in a quarterback league, and in a quarterback league, you got to have something to counter that, which is a pass rush. You have Abdul Carter, right, who did not start off good this year. Don't get me wrong. I want to say he was sat down in a couple quarters this year because he was late for meetings or something like that, doing stupid stuff off the field, right? But in 4 of his last 5 games, he had 3.5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. Right, that's a guy that finally got a hang of everything and finally started making plays down the stretch. That's what you want to see. You also had Brian Burns on the team, who I believe was top 5 in sacks this year. Right, you also have Big Dexter Lawrence in the middle of the D line. Right, so your D line is complete. It's there. Right, so with this draft, all you got to do is add to the secondary to me, and maybe even add another weapon because Malik Neighbors, I don't know if he's coming back immediately when the season starts. I'm not sure about that, but they have the 5th overall pick. Okay, if I'm the Giants, I'm calling the Rams and I'm saying, hey, give me your 2 first-round picks. I give you the 5th pick. Because I don't really need that 5th pick, in my honest opinion. I think they are a solid team that is 2 first-round picks away from being a really, really solid team. That's how I see it. Or you can take this 5th pick and turn it into another receiver. Get a Cardinal Tate to go with Malik Neighbors or something like that. You could do that. But if I was the Giants, I'm going to say, hey, Rams, do y'all want y'all 2 first-round picks? Bet. Give me those 2. I'll give you this 5th one. Right. That's how I would approach it because this team to me is almost there. I think they found out the biggest problem, which it was the quarterback situation. Right. They haven't had a good quarterback in New York since Eli. Right. Let's keep it a buck. Daniel Jones was not good. I don't care what nobody says. Daniel Jones was not good. Right. Then you had Russell Wilson. That didn't work out. So boom, you get Jackson Dart and now you're in business. Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence. Like I think this team is there. You also got a couple more pieces like Javon Holland. You also have guys like Wan'Dale Robinson, right? You have what's my boy name? Theo Johnson at tight end, Cam Scatterbo, Malik Neighbors. Like you have a good team, I believe, especially on the roster. Add 2 first-round picks to this, and this could be a good team next year. Maybe in the wild card next year. So I like the New York Giants. All right.
Yo, they finna like and 7, leave a comment down below. Yo.